Who has the most advanced cybernetics in Star Wars? Part 2. In Part 1, we discussed the incredibly advanced cybernetics of Beilert Valance. However, Lord Nyax may be even more advanced and was certainly more powerful due to his force sensitivity and unchained insanity. Lord Nyax was born Irek Ismaren during the Imperial era. As his mother was a concubine of Emperor Palpatine, it was rumoured that he was the illegitimate son of the Emperor. As he was force sensitive, he began training under the tutorlidge of his mother and an Imperial scientist. When Irek was 5, he received his first cybernetic enhancement, allowing him to control droids using the force. However, midway through his training, Palpatine was killed by Vader during the Battle of Endor, but 8-year-old Irek was too young to stake a claim for the Imperial throne. 8 years later, Irek and his mother had formulated a plot to place him on the throne of the now fractured Imperial remnant. Irek used his abilities to summon the Eye of Palpatine dreadnought, but it was found that he was not powerful enough to control it, thwarting his attempt to gain alliances with other Imperial warlords. In a bid to increase his power, Irek obtained ancient Sith scrolls detailing the dark art of Mechaduru that the Sith had used to create monstrous techno-beasts, hoping to create an army of such beasts under his command. Using his mother's connections in the upper echelons of the Imperial military, Irek began radically augmenting his body using cutting-edge cybernetic technology. Muscle mass and bone was added to his body, and lightsabers were surgically implanted into his wrists, elbows and knees. The activation of these sabers were controlled by his new suit of armor that was also embedded into his nervous system, allowing him to activate the sabers with a mere thought, while automatically deactivating if they risked impaling his own body. The newly enhanced Irek began training with Lord Kronal, a former prophet of the dark side and close ally to Palpatine. However, during one of their training sessions on Coruscant, Irek lashed out against Kronal, instigating a duel. However, Kronal was far more skilled with a lightsaber and impaled Irek right through the head. Irek spent the next few years in suspended animation on Coruscant, where his desperate mother attempted to bring her son back through further cybernetic enhancement. These alterations left Irek entirely brain-dead, beside a few pre-programmed basic instincts such as a hatred for Jedi, a craving for Force nexuses, and a mastery over lightsaber combat. The alterations also grew Irek to over 3 meters tall and gave him greater focus, increasing his mastery over the Force. However, before his augmentations could be fully completed, the Yuuzhan Vong invaded Coruscant, releasing Irek from suspended animation. In an animalistic fit of rage, Irek killed his mother and escaped into the streets of Coruscant as the Yuuzhan Vong bombarded it from the skies. Irek was drawn to the Force Nexus located on the site of the old Jedi Temple. Along the way, he encountered and massacred many invading Yuuzhan Vong warriors. Sensing the fear of a passerby named Yasat, he would explain that he believed Irek to be the manifestation of the dark side told in children's nursery rhymes, named Lord Nyax. Taking on this name, he pursued Yasat. However, he was able to escape after leading Nyax to a group of cannibals. The cannibals soon experienced the same fate as the Yuuzhan Vong, and Nyax continued his journey to the Force Nexus at the old Jedi Temple. However, when he reached the Force Nexus, the mindless cyborg found that it was protected by an impassable wall. Drawing upon the power of the Nexus, he dominated the minds of multiple passers-by, using them as a slave army to somehow break through the ancient wall. Nyax ordered them to begin work fixing a construction droid in the hope that it could break through the wall. Beset with uncontrollable fear, the slave army also believed Irek to be Lord Nyax, and so Irek fully embraced this new identity. However, Nyax's efforts to break through the wall were interrupted by a group of Yuuzhan Vong, accompanied by the genetically engineered beast known as Voxin that was specifically designed to hunt down and kill Force sensitives. Nyax sliced through them with ease, forcing the Yuuzhan Vong to retreat from the temple. Nyax sensed the presence of another extremely powerful Force user, Luke Skywalker. After failing to take over the Jedi Grandmaster's mind, he was again attacked by the Yuuzhan Vong. In a bizarre turn of events, Luke Skywalker and his wife, Mara Jade Skywalker, allied with the Yuuzhan Vong to defeat Nyax. Activating the now operational construction droid, it smashed through the temple walls, wreaking havoc on the Yuuzhan Vong army. Nyax then engaged the Jedi as his construction droid broke through the wall to the Force Nexus. Bathing in the power of the Nexus, Nyax's force powers grew to unparalleled levels. After a brief attack by the Jedi escaped, allowing Nyax and the Yuuzhan Vong to fight it out. The enormous bioengineered Vong ships turned their attention to Nyax, firing their plasma cannons at the Force Nexus. Nyax responded by throwing vast chunks of rubble and rock at the Vong ships. Despite significantly damaging the Vong fleet, Nyax was eventually overcome by the overwhelming firepower of the Vong, finally ending the tormented life of the cybernetic monstrosity that was Lord Nyax.